national capital. Marginal relief to choked Delhi. Slight improvement in the air quality in Delhi NCR. The air quality is now in the poor category from severe category, and there's a marginal dip in the AQI levels that have been recorded across the national capital. Now, strong surface wind have resulted in this reduced AQI in Delhi NCR. So some good news, slight relief from the severe air quality. The air quality index is now in the poor category, and the air quality index has improved a little in the NCR due to the surface wind speed, and air quality index in Delhi now marks poor category this morning from very poor and severe in the last few days. So if we talk about Delhi, the AQI is around 270, which was recorded this morning at 7 a.m. Remember, earlier the air quality index was around 350, 340 in the last few days, but today it has been recorded around 250 to 270 this morning in the national capital. My colleague Ashutosh is now joining us with more details on this. Ashutosh, slight improvement and slight relief as well for the residents of Delhi NCR with the AQI numbers now improving a bit. How does the situation look like on the ground?
Well, it's really a good morning, and good morning to you, to all our viewers. Indeed, last few days and perhaps the whole of November, this is the last day of the month, and whole of the November we have literally, breathed in AQI of 300 plus 400 nearly. So when it declines literally like 50%, we call it literally a breathing air. So this is indeed makes a good morning. In fact, at the New Delhi, the monitoring station, this is actually a display, monitor display, where they say the AQI 175, and clearly the sky way much bright and clear. So if we see the level of smog, this is seeing quite a reduction. Perhaps the wind speed that was picked up last night and this early morning. So that also makes significant impact, because remember, this level of AQI, decreasing it was only physically, practically possible with the clear wind speed, because the smog was slightly clogged up all over the Delhi and NCR. So this morning, most of these stations have marked the AQI index less than 300. Even the bordering areas of Anand Vihar, Bawana, Nanglo, the bordering areas that are connecting to different cities of the NCR to the other NCR cities have also marked less than 300. Perhaps in Delhi and rest of these monitoring stations have recorded 225, 250. So clearly, when you are breathing in the AQI of 400, 450, this is exactly would be called breathable, because again, throughout the year, Delhi remains polluted, where AQI only, other than the monsoon season, largely you have the dust emission. The dust continues, the vehicular emission continues. So it was only a nature that has cleared this level of clog, giving at least many parts up to 30 to 40, 50% of the relief this morning. So for probably people, for the people of Delhi and few parts, it's not across NCR, few parts of NCR are also seeing a respite, where at least in New Delhi we see the declining of less than 200. And if the western district, because we are seeing the cyclone impact the eastern and the southern part, if that brings any wind speed further, which is clearly would be only after 3 to 4 days, that will probably give a major respite. But for now, it's actually a breathing day for the Delhi, where the AQI is at many places even less than 200. And if the temperature rise further, probably there will be more and more relief. And that also requires a way high wind speed on the surface wind speed. But for now, yes, it's a breathable morning.
So much for getting us all those updates and some good news right from the ground for the residents of Delhi NCR. And let's also take a look at how the numbers have been, the AQI numbers have been in the last few days in Delhi. So on November 26, the AQI stood at 327, which is in the very poor category. If we talk about November 27, it was 342, which is again very poor category. On November 28, it rose to 369, and on November 29, 332. Now remember, these are overall Delhi AQI figures, but certain areas in the national capital were even in the severe category. The AQI was above 400. Now, if we talk about today, which is November 30, the AQI stands at 241. So you can see the dip in the AQI from 369, from 332 to now 241, and which is the poor category. So from very poor in the last few days, the AQI now stands at in the poor category in Delhi NCR.